The normal food pattern of the Shaiva Tantra is slowly you will start evolving from vegetarian. Suppose you are a fruitarian, vegetarian, you will become non-vegetarian, and as you go toward the more tamasic form of Shiva, you will start eating all kinds of fishes, meat, and even to the extent of human flesh. So this is the evolution of that particular sadhana in terms of food, but maybe the quantity of food might be very, very less. You might eat the less kind of food, but the fascination for eating these kind of non-vegetarian food will be very high. Many people will go to the extent of eating pig, and also I have seen some of the yoginis do eat the buffalo meat of it, and some of them do eat the yak meat of it and all that. The other evolution is people normally drink in this Shiva sadhana, and the drinking happens, actually it graduates. It graduates from wine, beer to what you call it as whiskey, brandy. It evolves into rum, and many people like military rum. The other part of the evolution is they start using narcotic substances. Many of them in the Indian sadhus level, they use ganja, but I have seen many of them using heroin, morphine, cocaine, and it starts graduating into crack and crocodile and all that particular things. It starts growing across. So remember, the most important thing is there is so much of food changes which will happen. And also many people love to eat in the Shiv sadhana not sweets but kind of hot food, and also what you call kara food, and also they would like to eat food which is filled with lot of uppu, karam and pulipu, and also they like to eat the fridged food rather than the fresh food across. So this is very, very different, and many of the people who do Shiva sadhana would like to be naked, would not like to wear clothes as their sadhana progresses. They initially they'll be dviangi, then they'll be ekangi, then they will become digambar in their particular life. So this is also a major shift in these people's way of doing things across. So do not try to misunderstand. And also the hair will be neatly combed and all that. Slowly it will become disheveled hair, and also there will be a kind of the locks will get formed into the hair. I have seen people who are doing the Shiva sadhana, there will be a lot of locks which will get formed into the hair. Now some people say locks are because of the lower astral. Yeah, it could be that. The other one is many people start developing a lot of clairvoyance ability, psychic ability. Many of them have extreme psychic ability in their life. They become very intuitive, very clairvoyant. They can read other people's mind. They do what you call it as astral travel, and they will be able to what you call it as develop ability to communicate with the lower spirits, and they will be able to see the spirit movement. All these things will happen when you are doing the Shaiva sadhana. So the psychic ability actually opens up. In the Bhadrakali sadhana, maximum psychic ability opens up, but in the Shaiva sadhana to a very large extent the psychic ability opens up. So I let me recapitulate the hairstyle I have told you, and the kind of food what they eat, the kind of drinks what they go, and the kind of narcotics I have told you across. And of course the speech will become very, very harsh. Shaivite people are not very, very diplomatic. They find it very, very difficult to be diplomatic. They are very heart oriented people. They like to speak the truth. They cannot hold themselves across. So please do understand, they would like to say things which are very blunt and brutal, and to the extent they would like to use lot of bad words. They all like to use fuck you, look, those kind of local language they like to use. That dialects is something very, very different. And the other point of it is they like music, they like dance, They like poetry. That is why some of the very famous Shaivite saints are fascinated with their ability to sing poetries. The poetries are awesome. Todudiya Siviyan Devar Sundara Devaram Todudiya Siviyan Tuvin Madisudi Kadudaya Sudale Podipusiya Ullam Kavarkalvan Yedudaya Malaran Unainan Paninde. Like that, the point is they have a fantastic poetry, music, dance, medicine. That's why the great Mahamrutyunjay Swara is represented by Lord Shiva. And they get attracted towards the northeast part of the country, the Sikkim, the Assam, Nepal, Kamakya. They also get attracted to Ahmedabad, Allahabad, and to Rameshwaram. These are the areas they would like to travel and visit across. They normally get attracted to deep oceans, and this is their way of doing up things across. And they would like mountains. They would like to sit in the mountain top. They would like to be alone. They would like to feel the breeze. They would like to go up in the flat. They would like to sit at the top of the flats. All those things across. And do they use the latest technology? No. Most of them are not very interested in the latest technology. And the second thing is they are very good teachers. They communicate very, very beautifully. They teach the end part of it. If you go and ask them, they will teach you the end part of it. And also, they are very good, and whenever you do the Shiva mantra, they are very good in deduction. For example, if they're going to be a cyber warfare, they are the best people to be there. They can be very good with police, military, hospital, and especially things connected with the death, like that of pandemic, coronavirus, all these things, spying, Doklam incident, like that. Any situation where there is war and strife, they would be very good at it. Also, they believe in giving bali. They do not believe in diplomacy. Suppose if they are a GM of a company, they like to give the bali and solve the problem. They would like to eliminate people. This is a very, very important part of the sadhana. So don't get carried away in thinking that you will be very diplomatic, you will be forgiving. Shiva sadhana, you cannot forgive. It is impossible. You will have a lot of external enemy who will be coming in. People will be more powerful, more richer, more more powerful than you will attract to them. So you will have to fight your battle across. Especially people who do Shiv sadhana normally attracts kings who would like to finish them, who would like to decimate them across. So please do understand, this is one of the basic difference in the Shaiva sadhana. The Shaiva sadhana progresses very fast. The more you give bali, it does not go fast. By more you are diplomacy and more by giving. It is about Beda and Danda. You give punishment. For example, you take the life of Chengiz Khan, you take the life of Alexander. Those are the people who are very fit for the worship of Shiva. They believe in giving bali. They don't worry about anything across. Any enemy, any person who is very disturbed, who are disturbing them, they will give the bali. For example, Chengiz Khan invaded Baghdad. The king of the Baghdad actually killed his envoy, and when he killed the king of the Baghdad, he poured the molten gold into his mouth and eyes, and eyes and ears. They poured the molten gold and they killed him across. And also the entire city of Baghdad was killed so much. The Euphrates and Tigris turned red blood, and all the bodies were floating, and Chengiz Khan told his people that every guy should kill 50 people in a day. Imagine so much of bali went in. So the point is, whenever you're doing Shaiva sadhana, you believe in the concept of bali. That is why during the war they simply say Hara Hara Mahadev, and then they get, because Shiva is considered as the lord of death. The black vortex opens up Now for example, you take Africa, you take Syria, you take Lebanon, you take Palestine. These are the places you can do the shaiva sadhana very, very clearly. Voodoo is also a kind of a shaiva sadhana only, but it is representing the black vortex. So Shiva represents the black vortex. So don't try to get fascinated by telling you will become rich, you will become very famous and all. No, actually you will become notorious. You will not be appreciated by the society, because Shiva is considered as the rebel, the very salt of the planet Earth, the very, what you call it, as what is all the core of the guy. The guy would be like a kind of a Disha Patel and like Thunberg. They will be fighting against it, and they are a lover of nature, and they love cows, and they also, all of them would like to work with the animals. All the Shaivite people like to work with the animals across. So these are the various aspects of the Shaivite sadhana. And also they normally are not very educated, but they are fantastic in their poetry. Some of the greatest poetry in Tamil literature are written by the Shaivite sadhus. And remember, one of the greatest men who opened the dark vortex, the death vortex, is the great Moses. And in fact, in the Shaivite sadhana, Appar Sundar and Manikavasagar vanquished the Jains. And till today, many of the Jaina temples is done by the Shiva people. So please understand the kind of sadhana you're going to do. And also they would like to, what you call, they would like to dress in a very bizarre manner, in a very variegated colors, like the hippies, like the thing across. And musically, if you see, they listen to a lot of drums. That is why in Shiva the drums and the trumpets are being used across. And these are some of the things about the Shaivite sadhana. I request you to continue watching, which you will appreciate it. Thank you.